Welcome, everybody, to Beyond Boundaries with Lisa Richmond. I am Lisa Richmond, and this is Tarot Tuesday. Welcome back. It has been a minute. We've had a couple weeks of break. I think I put one little bonus, like hectic bonus message in there, but we're back. We're back to routine, right? It's 2025. Happy New Year. It might not feel like New Year. It might feel like New Year's, whatever it feels to you. January is always an interesting month for me personally. I feel like it isn't necessarily a month that I feel rejuvenated and I feel like I come back and I'm like, boom, let's go, let's ready, let's let's hit the ground running. I feel like January would be the perfect month to take it but no, correct me. January, February would be two perfect months to take like 2 months sabbatical to literally just boop, hermit. Um, it presents itself differently every year, depending on where I'm in life, planetary alignments, but really like the way our Earth rotates, okay? We don't necessarily naturally align with the new year being these 12 months and the new year being, January 1st. Usually, like the actual new year in a cyclical manner is kind of um, equinox, right? At the end of March, spring equinox, and then allowing yourself to like start fresh. The energies of spring is really the birth, right? It's when all the babies are born. It's the birthing. It's the breaking out of that egg and starting fresh. So really take it easy on yourself and allow yourself to just like take a little bit of time and ease into the energies of January because your natural, cyclical, magical connection isn't necessarily designed right now to like hit the ground running and like bam, like do all the things. If you are feeling like super, super energetic to start new things and new projects and you are in alignment with that, great. Tune into you and do the things that you're aligned with and that come up naturally for you. I just know for me, um it's been tricky. I think this kind of started in 2020, really, when all of a sudden everything kind of got turned upside down and everybody started waking up a bit. And we started realizing that maybe looking outside of ourselves and listening outside of ourselves of what we're being told, not in a conspiracy way, but like just right down to like New Year and the months of the year and stuff like that, maybe we're starting to wake up to what our natural rhythms actually are and to stop looking outside of ourselves so much for what we really should or shouldn't kind of be doing and really actually going inside and asking ourselves what works for me, what aligns with me. And some days it's like go time and some days it's rest. And like that can be with anything. It can be with how we move our body. It can be with how we interact with people. It can be with how much work we get done in a day, or how many projects we plan for ourselves to do. I'm just saying, really like allow yourself to take it easy because actually, naturally, our systems aren't designed to be able to hit the ground running right now. So just to like ease and grace. Okay, ease and grace, and allow yourself permission to do that because who else is gonna, right? Let that land. Who else is gonna do it? You have to. Okay, so that was a little channel message for you. I had no idea that I was gonna say that or talk about that, but that was something that came through for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna start today with the Sacred Forest Oracle. Um, it is one that I have relied heavily on for this season while I was away. And we'll just see what Spirit has to offer us today. And hold on a sec. Hmm. Okay. Spirit's asking you to receive this message in a really calm way. So if you are doing something and you're in the middle of like actually like you're prepping dinner or you're driving somewhere or whatever, and you can't actually take a minute to be able to like really ingest these words, they're just asking you to maybe come back to it. Or if you can, just slow down a little bit to cognitively like hear the words so that you can internally digest them and integrate them. Ooh, spirit. Juicy. What do we have? Oh, I can feel it already. Holy. Okay, let's see. What does the collective need to hear today? Oh, it's coming in on my left side. Stillness. Well, don't you say. Stillness number 33. Okay, so this is interesting because threes have been swirling around me lately. I don't know if threes have been significant for you, threes and fives, but so we have the stillness card. Um, Number 33. What a beautiful card. Oh, I just love the imagery in this. I love the purple in the background. That kind of lavender color is really, really high vibrational. So the reflecting pool, there's a purple energy right here. And that's really what we were talking about. It's allowing ourselves to take in the information around us and let it, like I keep saying, let it digest. Because even with food, like when we go to food, digesting food, it is like a known fact that when you slow down the period of the beginning of the digestive system, which is like taking in your food, chewing it and swallowing, like when you actually slow that right down and become as like mindful of everything that we do, it doesn't rush the process and therefore like make it stressful. And our body, even eating, can be stressful without us even realizing it because we're rushing through things. So they're really using that word digest because it's like this information that's coming through, digest it. Feel that everything is to be felt right now, specifically. Is that when there's a song that comes on, that it's like all of a sudden you get in the back of your mind, you're like, focus, right? Or listen in, or I know this song, or what is this song? Turn it up a little bit and like listen to the words. Let the words stream in like a message. When you're interacting with somebody, slow down everything else. Don't think about how you're going to respond. Bring in the words like a frequency. Listen. Okay? Like when you walk into a room and there's a smell, a scent, close your eyes maybe and like focus, digest that scent and let it integrate. There is so much potency in mindfulness that if we slow everything down a little bit, we're going to be able to start hearing spirit. We're going to be able to start feeling and integrating everything on a multidimensional way, in a multidimensional way, so that it's meaningful and that it resonates and that we then can respond or just be with it in a very authentic way. Okay, so they're really asking to just slow everything down for a minute because the messages that are coming through are potent. And there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of messages, there's a lot of words being spoken about how we're going into 2025 and it is a go year. And the planetary alignments and all of that that's going to be coming in within the first 5 months are so significant on, really like getting things done, achievement, like all of that is true. But none of it can be actually experienced without you and that mindfulness part to be able to experience it. So just that energy, that like loving energy of that soulful, like feminine receptivity, like experience is just, oh, it's very potent right now. So that's definite. Oh, and her reflection is a swan, you guys. I love that. Okay. They're saying read it. Do I read it now or do I read it after the night? I'm going to read it now. I don't have to read the whole thing, but there's something there for someone. I don't usually actually go in and read it, but in silence, you'll find the dwelling place of your soul. Take time to move into quietude, and you'll uncover a vast store of insight emerging within you. In ongoing situations in your life, hold back. Take time to reflect before responding. Bam. Couldn't have said it better myself, right? All right, there's some validation for you. I love that. Spirit, is there another card in this beautiful sacred forest? And then new beginnings. Okay, well, I love that because we were talking about new beginnings in the beginning of January, and how maybe this first 3 months is more of the stillness and reflecting, and then we kind of move into the new beginnings. This that daffodil fairy in that new beginnings that's spring. Right. So really this time being in that stillness of observation, of receiving, of that receptivity, of that integration, so that once we've like filled that aspect of self, then we can bring it out into the world and the sun comes out and the snow melts, or if you're a lucky human that gets to just be somewhere where there's sun all the time. Yay. But anyway, that new beginnings of like where you can start to smell that fresh spring. You can feel that fairy energy, that like that exciting new life. But remember, like how much nature reflects this to us is that if nature put out what we put out as humans, it'd be like, oh, it rests. Winter is a period of rest. And we're in the depths of it right now. This is a time of stillness. And when Earth wakes up and has this rebirth of this new beginnings, so too do we connect as we are one. And so too does that wake up that part of ourselves. So really don't rush it. Allow for stillness right now. And trust me, in doing this and following that kind of cyclical nature is when it's that ease. Those questions naturally gets answered. Our nervous system naturally relaxes a little bit because when we're trying to push, trying to push the daffodil to bloom in the middle of winter, in the new year, oh, fresh, new, start new. The daffodil's like, no, I don't work this way. You can't rush me, right? And so too do we as humans are to follow that. So I'm not saying like, don't do anything, but allow for that stillness. Less is more right now. Okay. So thank you, Spirit, for that. That was really beautiful. And now I'm using my favorite tarot right now. It's called the Unfolding Path Tarot. I think I used it before we went on break. I got it like right before Christmas, and it's just unreal. I use it and the imagery is so beautiful. It's so connected to my energy for sure. And so Spirit is very clear with messages through this tarot. So what does tarot have to say? Spirit, for the collective watching today, connecting into the energy. Oh, I can feel everyone's energy today. Wow, what a lovely energy. Thank you so much for opening your heart to this and allowing your awareness to be consciously present in this reading. Okay, the moon. Well, that couldn't be more aligned with this reading. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, two majors. And the third, Queen of Cups. They're saying one more. That's weird. Hangman. Okay. Okay. So we have three of the four are majors, which is so powerful. And then we have the Queen of Cups, which is unbelievable. So let's start with the first three, and then I'll go into the Hangman after to have that as. Sorry, I'm just bringing through And what Spirit's talking to me about with this? Well, the moon energy is very much about what we're talking about and how the moon energy is cyclical. If there's something that is in our kind of earthly world that we can look at for cycles, it's the seasons and it's the moon. Right. And then you go into the depths, the layers of each of that. And then there's cycles within everything. Right. But if we follow the cycles of the moon, it goes in a 28-day cycle. Therefore, it dictates to us the four actual seasons that are split by the equinox and the solstice. Right. That's the natural, again, you guys, I need to coin that phrase, the natural parts of life, because it integrates nature and magic and cycles. Anyway, okay, natural. We're going to go into the moon energy here. And it's like if we allow ourselves to connect into these cycles and the moon cycle, we are in the new moon phase right now. We are in that, what is that, the depths to be uncovered. But within that is the deepest wisdom. Okay, so yes, there is full moons within the depths of winter, right? And so there's like a cycle within the cycle. But I'm saying right now, if we look into the new moon energy of the depths of where we are right now, this like the depths of winter, and we are in that stillness energy, we are brewing under the surface of everything that we are like almost like preparing for spring. Okay, so they're bringing me to like the daffodils, okay? Where I live, I have to plant my daffodils in October so that they are ready to bloom. They come up in like April or May. And so it's like it's like that gestation stage. It's what's brewing under the surface. Even though it's not front and center right now, you guys, it's very important to nurture what is brewing under the surface for it to be able to fully come to life in its truest form. I mean, we can overuse the analogy of the butterfly, right? And the chrysalis stage, in that it like liquefies itself in this like kind of grotesque way of like painful, like shedding of all that exists, and then the transformation into the beauty of what is. You can't just take wings and stick it on a caterpillar and say fly baby fly, right? There has to be that gestation period. There has to be that under the surface growth and transformation. That is literally what is happening right now. And I'll tell you what is coming, this major like transformation in our spring in 2025. Spirit has let me know that there is some massive energy coming, and we're all subjected to it. But this isn't less important because it's not surfaced for us to see. This is so important because what we nourish right now dictates what will surface. So the Wheel of Fortune card is a 10. I mean, that's a second 10. The Daffodil Fairies, number 10. Wheel of Fortune is 10. Um, and so this is the Wheel of Fortune is about changing the trajectory of your outcome. It's the wheel is turning in your favor, let's say. Okay, so if we do the moon, then the Wheel of Fortune, where everything's kind of changing and turning, and we are creating this life. The Queen of Cups is really that, like, and she's holding in her cup. You can see that this beautiful flower emerges through it, and she is just like such a queen. I love her. And what she's doing is she is harnessing and celebrating her most authentic self and who she is in her heart space and everything that she stands for in that beautiful representation of the divine feminine. And I'm not just talking to the ladies watching right now, because each individual holds that innate masculine and feminine energy, and this reading is about that kind of feminine flow of receptivity. And so if you're a man right now watching this, see how you can go in, open up your heart space and allow for that receptivity to happen. Allow yourself to dig down into the depths of who you are, to surface some of that emotional energy, or that like what is brewing under the allow yourself to be with it And that's what I'm talking about with the feminine energy. I'm not just talking to women, right? And then obviously the women that are watching, it's the same thing. Is how can we move into the energy of receptivity? Because that's what this is. And I really feel like the moon is about those bulbs forming underneath the surface. It's about all that energy that we are putting into play, and we are nurturing, and we are like that moon energy, that goddess, that like divine feminine and that dark feminine, to be able to like under the darkness where we're brewing something so magical. And I know you can feel it because I can feel you feeling it. It's big, you guys, it's big. And then as that gestation period is happening, and as that transformation, that's the wheel. That's the wheel turning. That is that transformational magic energy happening right now. So don't overlook, even though like they're saying while this is happening, but our eyes are seeing above the surface. We're looking for the next thing. But now what? I need answers. Where am I going now? But now what? They're saying come back into your body, deep within. And when I say womb space, it's really interesting too, because some women don't have like the physical uterus if it's been removed, and then men, right? But that doesn't mean that that creation space that lies within your second chakra isn't so significant still. There is such a significance of that energy space. It's like that's where they're drawing my attention right now. It's like even place your hands right over your second chakra right now. That is your creation energy. That is the energy that they're referring to in this like creation mode right now. There's so much. Feel it in your hands. Feel that. That's huge. That is what is brewing. Like I can feel it in my hands. I can feel it all the way up my arms. Like that is that the depths of your intuitive knowledge right now. And then I really suggest after this, you guys grab a journal or something like that, or like even video record, write down what comes up when you place your hands over your second chakra, because that is the magic that is brewing under the surface right now. That is the creation that is happening. And it is so important. It isn't less important than when the butterfly is flying around. We can all enjoy it. Yes, look at it's beautiful. But if it wasn't for that time, the time right now, it wouldn't exist. This is that creation time. Feel it. Be in it. Take part in it. This is important. Okay? And then last but not least, let's move into the Hanged Man, where she is hanging. And so I really feel like this is like such a beautiful representation of all of the energy that came through from the reflecting pool that is connected to the moon, right? The Wheel of Fortune and what happened, and then the Daffodil Fairy, the new beginnings with the Queen of Cups. Like that is, it's just so many parallels, right? And then the Hanged Man is kind of like, or Hanged Woman, I really love this. She is showing us how this is all, she's showing us how it's all connected. So hang in there, right? So here's two things for this is that it's a waiting period, right? That's, I really see her as like that waiting period, but also changing your perspective in it's not nothing is happening. It's not a lull or a depressive state. It is the reason why spring happens. It is the reason why everything can evolve in that cyclical way of celebration of what's to come. Okay? So we don't look at babies being born and being like, oh, that's the only thing that's important. Like I think we as a culture, maybe hopefully, have come to the point where the pregnancy of the woman, like we really need to focus on the importance of how that goes down in order for the human to evolve. Right. And so this is the importance of it right now, is drawing to that importance, and even the uncomfortableness we as humans have in that pregnancy physically. Like, I mean, I've had many pregnancy. I've only had four go to term, but the uncomfortableness of pregnancy is very, very real. But even like how society views pregnancy, right? Like, do we view it as a really beautiful thing? Maybe some, and then some people are really uncomfortable with it, or like the pregnant body, they're like, that's just not natural. When it's like the most natural thing in the world, right? But this period of like that growth under the surface, it's like a mystery. And some people are really uncomfortable with the mystery of it. So that's incredible. What a beautiful reading. I'm really grateful that this message came through in such a way that was so blatantly obvious. And I hope that through this experience that you can come to more comfort in this period of rest and the importance of nurturing and tending to the seeds that lay beneath the surface. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. If you want me to expand on anything that I talked about today, please feel free to leave it there. I read every comment. The community that develops in the comment section of Beyond Boundaries is something that I am so grateful for, and I'm proud that the community comes together like that. I'm like, hell yeah, that's our community. That's amazing. And also, if you want to experience a reading, I do one-on-one 45-minute direct channeled intuitive mediumship readings. So you can head on over to lisarichmond.ca, and you can also go to avalonspirit.ca .com. And I'm under there under journey guides, whatever, you can find me there. And also I do offer healing sound therapy sessions. So reach out if you have any questions about booking, and it's really a beautiful thing, the one-on-one session. So again, lisarichmond.ca, or you can head to avalonspirit.com. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all the love and support that my YouTube community offers, and I could not continue to do it without you. So thank you so much. And I'm sending lots of love to each and every one of you. And I will see you on Thursday for Thoughtful Thursday's direct channeling session. I come on and just channel spirit. So we'll see who shows up. Thanks again, and I'll see you later, guys. Mwah. Bye-bye.